This is a little pond from where cattle railers bring their cattle to drink water. People also use the same drinking water source. You can see a young lady getting her drinking water out of this pond. And this is what has come to be known as the Gwe River Project. You can see children who have come to get water from this terrible drinking water place. Water runs, but it's very, very filthy. It is full of all kinds of bacteria and the source of all kinds of waterborne diseases. Yes, the children bathe in this water, they swim in this water, but the same water they swim in is a drinking water source. The young lady here is taking her bucket of water home, and she got it from here. First attempt to drill a well here was not successful, but we came back by faith, hoping that this time around we will be successful in drilling a well, because we are taking it as a challenge and we are receiving a promise from the Lord to dig for water here and find water. Because the Bible says, those who desire water, if they look unto the Lord, they will find drinking water. That child is going to drink that water tonight. And that is her drinking water. And she's very careful with her drinking water as she takes it away to a safe place so she can find her way home before the sun goes down. She has a big pail and she puts her water in that pail. She will come back to get some more. There she goes. She will get some more of that filthy water. That is her drinking water. I just came from the Gwe River, and as you can see, many young people are coming back from that river where they get their drinking water. We are interested in sinking a borehole here. We made some attempts and we didn't find water, but we have come back to go ahead and dig a borehole in this area. They are taking their water home in their little buckets, and that will be their drinking water for the day. The water is filthy, the water is dirty, but they drink that water. They are little children drinking from a filthy, disease-infested pond. You got to do something about this. We are walking down the road, and it's going to be like about a mile or two, and I have my crew around with me, and we just have to walk. We left our car way back there because we ran out of gas, and the car was misbehaving also. So we have our little friends behind who are carrying their water and just walking along. We just wanted to see what it would be like, you know, just walking along with them and going home with them this evening to seek permission to sink a borehole in this area. It is late evening here, and that's a drilling a water well manually. This is the process of drilling a well manually. It's a very, very grueling task. We have some equipment that we use. We get a rig to go right down the earth, and then the process of drilling begins. We use a water pump. This water pump forces water into that narrow pit, and then we just keep drilling manually. And these men are working their hearts out to see that we are able to drill down to about 100 feet deep. That is when we find water. It's a very difficult task, and you see the four of them turning that rig with a bead on it, and and the water goes from this water pump, the water into that hole right there, and that water comes back into this peak, and we begin to look for the samples, some samples underneath to find the kind of water that we are looking for. It's very difficult to get down there, but they really get down deep, and then we find the water. We look for this sample, and when we find this, we know that we have more digging to do. And then we find this type soil, and we know that we still have to dig a little more. But when we find this type soil, we are very close to clean water. We've been digging here for about 3 days, and we have located this soil sample. And it's good news, because anytime now we will come upon really good looking soil that is very, very pure and clean, and that's the good water. And then we try to have it tested for the content of iron and all of that, and then we know we found really good water. The digging continues as my friends here dig really deep to find drinking water. We will need to have a motorized rig to dig, so that this my main can rest while the motorized rig digs. Now, manual digging continues, and we've been digging for about 3 hours now, and we still find the same kind of sample that tells us that water is not too far away, and we will come upon it soon. We have sunk many wells in Boko. These are deep water wells, and we provide a lot of water to a lot of people. Just approaching, this is December, and by January and February it gets really dry, and the shallow wells are dried, and then the people now have to resort to the water we provide, and the Lord is blessing us as we do this work. I want you to join us in doing this great work for the Lord. You can see little children who have no other source of drinking water than to come to the wells that we have sunk and get drinking water. They are coming from long distances of about 2-3 miles, and they get their water. We intend to lay pipes to take the water to them, and you can join in this great effort to be a blessing to the Tiv people in Nigeria. This is the borehole. Now, I have just reached the site of one of our very successful boreholes, and I'm just going to try to take some pictures. Now, the people are very camera shy, but I'm just going to try to take some pictures of one of our very successful boreholes, and you see a situation where little children are now able to drink from a very good water source, because we had to dig deep down into the earth, about over 100 feet down, and then we're able to get really clean water for them to drink.